All right, here we go. It is Thursday, April 30th. Welcome back to Virtual Math. Still coming at you from the man cave, still going with the different jersey every day. Today I went with the Washington Capitals, Stanley Cup champion Washington Capitals, Jacob Verana jersey. So again, different jersey every day until we bring sports back, which is hopefully soon. You've got your fourth opportunity to knock out some Fantastic Five today. Hopefully yesterday, like we said in the video, was your no excuse day. That was your four or your five. If you hadn't been getting it yet, or if you have been getting it, you're maintaining. I told you earlier that the Monday scores are really good, but guys, I saw a decline in the Tuesday scores. So make sure you're watching the videos, make sure you're reading the questions carefully, and make sure you're taking your time, because if you can do it on Monday, you can do it Tuesday, you can do it Wednesday, you can do it every day. So if you're watching this, hopefully it helps you with Thursday's Fantastic Five as we get closer to our quiz on Friday. So we'll get right into it here. We'll bring up number one, which is our protractor question. It says, what is the measure of the angle below? Shockingly, this was actually one of the ones where I saw the numbers going down. And really, you can make this one so much easier on yourself, guys. You can just ignore the protractor, look at the angle first. Are you dealing with a right angle, an obtuse angle, an acute angle, a straight angle? If you look at that and you know what a right angle looks like, you know that that angle specifically is smaller than a right angle. I've been looking at the wrong camera the whole time when I should be looking right here. So if I'm dealing with an acute angle, that means it has to be less than 90 degrees. That gets rid of C, that gets rid of D, and already I have a 50-50 shot at getting this question right. And then again, you know what numbers to look at now. I'm not dealing with this 110, this 100. I'm looking up at the top row, and now I got to figure out, are my numbers getting bigger going this way, or are they getting smaller going a certain way? You're just finding the way that they're either increasing or decreasing. So with where this angle falls, it falls in between 70 and 80. And if I follow the sequence, my answer choice has to be greater than 70, but less than 80. And guys, right there, the only answer choice that would work is A, which is 75 degrees. And if you counted, if this is 70 and then you start counting these lines over, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, that one lands right on the line. Now, I could see how somebody would choose 85 if they were looking at the numbers wrong. Because you could say, ooh, 80, halfway after 80 is going to get me to 85. But guys, the numbers going from right to left are not increasing, they're decreasing. So if you just remember to look at those things, ignore the protractor, look at the angle, okay? Figure out what type of angle it is, eliminate answers, and then figure out, are they increasing or decreasing? That's a question we got to be getting. That's like every fourth grader should be getting that one right. We shouldn't have anybody missing that question, especially if we've done it 3 or 4 times. I kind of understand it on Monday, but now's the kind of the point where we got to be getting that one correct. So that one would have been A, 75 degrees. That one's kind of the warm up as you approach the questions like number 2, which to me are a little bit more difficult. It says, Mrs. G is making me read for 45 minutes a day. I read 20 and 1/3 minutes after breakfast and 10 and 1/3 minutes after lunch. How many more minutes do I need to read? How many more is important? Because again, that's going to kind of lead you down the subtraction path. And I'm going to solve this the same way that I did yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and figure out what I already have read, take it away from my total, and that way I'll figure out what's left. And whatever's left, that's obviously the stuff that I need to read. I've got somebody who's entering my waiting room, so they're going to have to be patient and wait for me. But let me go ahead and get this whiteboard pulled up. All right, let's add what we've already read. 20 and 1/3 after breakfast, plus 10 and 1/3 after whatever it said, lunch baby. So when I add these together, I'm going to start with the whole numbers. 20 plus 10, that's going to give me 30. And then I'll add my fraction, 1/3 plus 1/3, that's going to give me 2/3. All right, so 30 and 2/3 is not my answer. That just represents what I've already read. So if I have a total of 45 minutes, and I'm going to get rid of what I've already read, that's going to give me my answer. Same deal as yesterday, too. You cannot take a fraction unless you have a fraction. So I'm going to give 45 a fraction. I'm not just going to pull it from the clouds and pop it up next to the number. I've got to get it from somewhere. So I'm going to take one whole away from 45. That would make it 44. And that whole that I'm holding, I'm going to put it back as a fraction. Again, whatever the denominator is on the other side is going to determine what your denominator is over here, because we've got like denominators. So if I'm dealing with thirds on the right side, this fraction is also going to be in thirds. And if I want it to be equal to that one whole, the numerator and denominator have got to be the same. Now that it has a fraction, I can go ahead and start subtracting. Again, I would start with the whole numbers, and I'm just doing this in my head. You should be stacking and actually doing the work. But if I did 44 minus 30, that would give me 14 whole minutes. And then if I did my fraction, 3/3 minus 2/3, that would give me 1. That's going to give me an answer of 14 1/3 minutes, which would give me C. So again, I think yesterday I might have said this in the video. This question can get harder. You might do all that work and still not see your answer. Remember, you might have to simplify going forward. But for that one, we would have had C. Not the only way to solve that one. That's just the way I feel comfortable doing it. All right. Moving on to number 3. It says MJ scored 23 points in 131 straight games. How many points did he score in those games total? All right, so total, again, normally would make us think to add. I don't want you to add 23 to itself 131 times, so you can use repeated addition, which is the same thing as multiplication. So we can get that on here. We're going to do 131 times, what was the number, 23 maybe? Times 23. So we will start in the ones place. 3 times 1 gives me 3. 3 times 3 gives me 9. And 3 times 1 gives me 3. Once I've multiplied by the ones, I can then multiply by the tens place. I'm going to start a new line down here, and I'm going to add my placeholder. I'm going to put a 0 there because, again, broken record, I say it all the time. If I'm multiplying up here in the tens place, my first number's got to go down here in the tens place. So now I'm multiplying by the 2 down in the bottom number. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. That's the hard part. Once you got that down, all you got to do is add those numbers together. In the ones place, 3 plus 0 gives me 3. Tens place, 9 plus 2 gives me 11. 1 stays, 1 goes. Don't forget it. Hundreds place, 6 plus 3 gives me 9, plus 1 more gives me 10. 0 stays, 1 goes. And then 2 plus 1 would give me 3. That gives me an answer of 3,013, which would give me the answer of B. And if you look at C, that answer choice uses the same numbers. Looks really similar. You know, they're going to try and trick you to get you to choose those answers. Look, any test that you take for like the rest of your schooling career, I'm talking in high school and college, they're going to give you answer choices that are going to try to trick you. So don't do all the right work and choose the wrong one. So 3,013 would have been B. And you don't have to do the multiplication that way. If you wanted to do your little area model, I know some people are more comfortable doing it that way. Go for it. All right. Number 4 has been okay. It's okay would be the word that I would use. I think it should be better, but I can't reach. I wish I could reach through this computer and make you check the pattern all the way down. The only time you should stop is if you get to the end of the pattern or it just doesn't work. Like if the rule is plus 16 and you check the first time and it's plus 12, you can stop. That's fine. But some people are getting plus 16 on the first number and stopping. And a perfect example is answer choice A right here. Let's see. We had 16, 32, 48, 56. So I got people 16 plus 16. That does give me 32. That doesn't mean it's the answer. 32 plus 16 does give me 48. That doesn't mean it's the answer. Some people said, well, I did it more than once like Mr. Huber wanted me to. Let me do it twice. Ooh, I'm good. Guys, you've got to go until you can't go anymore. Because if you do 48 plus 16, you're not going to get 56. So it doesn't matter if it worked twice. If it doesn't work the whole time, it's wrong. So A would have been incorrect. All right, so then we've got 17. Yikes, that's supposed to be 33. 33, 49, 65. Same deal. Check until you can't check anymore. 17 plus 16 would give me 33. 33 plus 16 would give me 49. And 49 plus 16 would give me 65. So I feel pretty good about B being my answer. But I'm still going to check C. I'm still going to check D just in case I made a mistake. All right, so if we go 18 plus 16, that does give me 34. If I go 34 plus 16, that's not going to give me 42. That's going to give me 50, so I can stop right there. I don't need to waste any more time. And then I would check D. And this would be a fairly quick one because if I did 19 plus 16, that would not give me 36. It would give me 35. If it doesn't work on the first number, I can stop right there. And that's going to give me an answer choice. I think I said it was B, 17, 33, 49, 65. I checked it all the way down. I checked every pattern all the way down or until it didn't work. And I got the right answer. And yeah, you might have to stack some of these numbers and add them. But guys, I said this in an earlier video, you've been adding since kindergarten or first grade. It doesn't take you long. It might take you 30 seconds. If you're willing to do some work on that one, you'll get it right every single time, which you should. All right, last but not least, we got a big old addition problem here. We've got 345,873 plus 152,824. All right, so we'll start over in the ones place. 4 plus 3 gives me 7. 7 plus 2 in the tens place gives me 9. And in the hundreds place, 8 plus 8 gives me 16. My 6 stays, my 1 goes. I like to circle those numbers. Now I'm in the thousands place. 5 plus 2 gives me 7. Plus that 1 gives me 8. 10,000s place, 5 plus 4 gives me 9. And in the 100,000s place, 3 plus 1 gives me 4. Count 3 numbers, drop your decimal on there. That would give me 498,697, which would give me the answer choice of B. And that took me a while to look at it because A, B, and C all look exactly the same. They're so close that I'm going to look at my answer again, make sure I said the right thing. 498,697. That would be B. I guarantee you somebody's going to choose A or C and do perfect math on that one, but they're going to miss it because they didn't look at it carefully. And I know it's kind of mean to try to trick you, but if that's what I got to do to get you to really, really pay attention, I think that's just what I'm going to do. So you're about to knock out Thursday. Take your time, read these questions carefully, and just do your best. Make sure you're climbing or maintaining. We don't want to be moving in the wrong direction. You'll have one more video to watch tomorrow before your quiz. But until then, have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching.